Good morning. It's Ruben Lowen here in Cypress, Texas. It's Wednesday morning. No, it's not Wednesday. It's Thursday morning. Thursday already. Holy cow. So I get up this morning and I'm reading my scriptures. And so I start off by reading Matthew first, Matthew chapter 3. And this is where the John the Baptist is on the Jordan, west of the Dead Sea. Interesting little detail. Baptizing people. And then along come the scribes and the Pharisees to see what he's doing. Now, first thing he does, he calls them a brood of vipers. Tells them they need to repent. And I'm, so if you don't understand the backstory here, this is like irrational. But when you understand that at this point, Israel is under the control of the Romans. And what the Romans are doing is they're trying to convert everybody in the world to the faith of Baal. What they do is they take whatever form of religion is being practiced in that region, and it's a tactic that's been around forever. X is a lot like Y. Okay? And so they and this is what's really interesting. When you look at, so what is the faith of Baal? It's the Greek and Roman mythology. With Zeus and Apollo and Mercury and Mars or Aries, right? See, they're all okay. So these gods are modeled after people that Nimrod knew in real life. Zeus and Apollo are him. Zeus or Jupiter and Apollo. Apollo's the only one that gets the same name. There's Hermes and Mercury. They're the same character, right? Who is that person? Who is that? That is Enoch. That's who that's modeled after, Enoch. All right? The messenger of the gods, that was Enoch. they would go back and forth between realms, and he was basically an apostle, huh? That's what he was. He was doing. He just did it real good. And so that's what they would do, especially when it came to the Hebrew, right? I'm not sure why they didn't have the Book of Enoch in Bible. I haven't read it, but just know a little bit about it. The Book of Enoch would have been used to convert the Baal believers to Judaism or Christianity, but that's not in there. But my point is, they are trying to, at this point in time, distort the faith of Judaism, all right, and make it look as much like the faith of Baal teaching as possible. I'm talking to a guy yesterday, a Muslim. I used to work with this guy. He used to be he was a cryptologist, linguist in the U.S. Army. He joined after 9/11 because he was as bothered about the radicals doing what they did on September 11th as us Christian Americans were, right? And so I was telling him, that this understanding that the Christian religion under Constantine got contaminated by the faith of Baal through Constantine. All right? And Muhammad picked this up. That's why there's even a Muslim religion, because he was trying to separate himself from that faith of Baal teaching as much as he could. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? And then so that's what's going on, and that's what's going on in both Matthew and in Matthew for sure, right? In Genesis, there's a little bit confusion. Like, who's right? Are Simon and Levi right for going in and butchering the Hivites for raping Denali, their sister, or was Jacob right? Jacob was trying to convert him. Okay, but when you read in it, their motivation for allowing themselves to get circumcised and joining in with the tribe was to take advantage of it. They were going to pilfer the whole, Jacob's whole family and all his, everything he'd worked for. They're like they're just saying, yeah, this is an opportunity for us. It would have been bad. All right. You gotta like use your common sense. This isn't even reading between the lines. Their motivation would have been a bad deal, right? That would have been bad. And they'd all think because the example Shechem had sent, I'm saying the name right, of, yeah, we're just gonna go rape. That's what they would have done. They'd have just raped all the daughters of Jacob. That's what would have happened. So, I'm thinking that Simon and Levi probably took the right tact. This is here coming from a guy that was a boxer and a Navy SEAL my whole life, right? In my way of handling things, they probably handle it more the way I probably would have handled it than my stepdad used to, not my stepdad. My mom had a boyfriend who was the father of a really good friend of mine in school, who he used to fight his dad all the time to keep his dad off his ma. And I knew that guy was putting his hands on my mom. And they never let me, he died of a heart attack. And that's when I was my mom had to live with that guy with the threat of him being violent with her all the time. And if I'd have known, I'd have came back and I'd have taken him out. But they never let me know. They never let me know. So I'm thinking that Simon and Levi did what they should have done. And if Jacob had had his way, that would have been bad. That would have been the Jews would have been enslaved by the Levites a lot quicker. Right? That's what would have happened there. All right. Have a great Wednesday.